The Contagion Empath, Sensing Darkness. In the depths of an ancient forest where shadows danced among gnarled trees, a solitary figure stood. With eyes closed, she breathed in the stillness, as if attuning herself to the heartbeat of nature. This figure was not an ordinary being. They were a contagion empath, an individual gifted with the ability to perceive the emotions and energies of those around them. A chill ran through the contagion empath's spine. The contagion empath had a heightened sense of emotional energy, an ability to tap into the unspoken feelings of those around her. But what she was sensing now was far from any human emotion. It was a dark, heavy presence that made her breath catch and her heart pound. She could sense it, the overwhelming sense of dread that filled her senses, as tangible as if it were a physical entity. Her instincts screamed at her to run, to get as far away as possible from the malevolent energy that was pressing down on her. But she was drawn in by a morbid curiosity, a part of her that needed to understand what this dark presence was. The closer she got to the source of the energy, the more it seemed to consume her. It was a void of despair, a swirling vortex of fury and malice. It was unlike anything she had ever felt before. It was inhuman. She could feel the emotions clawing at her, threatening to pull her under, but she resisted, trying her best to keep her own emotions under control. It was a battle, a tug of war between her own sense of self and the dark energy trying to suffocate her. As the empath delved deeper into their senses, a ripple of unease coursed through her being, hinting at an unsettling presence. Tentatively, she extended her empathic abilities like delicate tendrils reaching out to touch the surrounding energy. What greeted her was that undeniable malevolent darkness, a force that lingered in the ethereal realm of the forest. This darkness seemed to coil with a visceral intensity, emitting a chilling presence that sent shivers down her spine. Its essence was different from anything she had encountered before, a twisted amalgamation of fury, malice, and corrupted intentions. The empath felt the tendrils of their awareness intertwining with the malevolent force, ready to absorb its essence like a sponge ready to soak in the darkness. With each touch, a wave of self-doubt crashed against their empathic boundaries, threatening to erode their sense of self. She couldn't help but recoil from this immersion into the malevolent darkness. It seemed to feed on her own vulnerabilities, seeking to instill doubt and despair within her. Her heart raced, pounding against the invisible barrier, protecting her empathic essence. Yet, within this battle between darkness and light, the empath summoned her courage. Drawing on her inherent compassion and determination, she refused to succumb to the malevolence that sought to consume her. With a deep breath, she centered herself, focusing on her own inner sanctuary of peace and love. Expanding her empathic senses once more, the empath surrounded herself with a protective aura, an armour forged from her own indomitable spirit. Within this shield, she encountered the malevolent darkness once more, but this time she stood firm, undeterred. A profound sadness washed over her as she empathically perceived the malevolence. In that moment of clarity, the empath realized that the root of this darkness was once a soul, now lost and consumed by its own unresolved pain. Rather than engaging in a battle against this malevolent force, the empath chose empathy and compassion. She reached out with understanding, offering solace and a gentle reminder of the existence of light. Within that vulnerable connection, flickers of yearning and remembrance flickered momentarily within the malevolent darkness, revealing more to the Contagion Empath. The Contagion sought to unleash their Contagion empathy. It was not solely about sensing the pain of others, but about their ability to help transmute it, to offer healing and understanding in the face of malevolent energies. But as the Contagion Empath sought to do so, the malevolence amplified. She fought to resist its pull as it aimed to engulf her. It was hard, possibly the hardest thing that she had ever done. She continued to resist, not allowing the darkness to consume her. And then, suddenly, she could feel the dark presence receding. The oppressive weight was now lifting. The dark presence had somehow moved on, and had left the Contagion Empath feeling completely drained by its presence, and the fact that she had offered it resistance to being consumed by it. She now stood alone in the forest, hand placed upon a tree to steady herself, as, completely unseen by her, the bearer of the malevolent force made his way through the silent forest to another place.